Once upon a time, I was all alone.
Hey guys, it's Shawna. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I did this fall smoky eye makeup look. So let's just get started. Okay, so I already did my brows, so I'm just going to clean up like the bottom of it with the Covergirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Corrector Concealer. So I'm just going in with my little concealer brush. So I'm just going to put it all on my lids as well to prime my eyes and just under my brows. Okay, so now I'm just going to set the concealer that I have on my eyelids and also under my brows. So I'm just going to use this Beauty Eyeshadow Duo, and I'm just going to use this shade right here. So I'm just going in with like any kind of fluffy brush, just, you know, lightly setting that in. And for my eye look today, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Shape Matters eyeshadow palette. So first off, I'm going to be using this shade, and it is in the shade Desert. So I'm just going to be putting that onto just like the crease of my eye, like so. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that this brush is the Royal & Langnickel Crease Brush, and it is in BMD 430. So yeah, this is like a really nice brush for the crease because it's really fluffy and it's not that dense, so it has the perfect amount of pigment pickup as well. Okay, so after that's done, I'm going to be taking the shade right here. It is in the shade Suede, and I'm just going to use the same brush again, and then also putting that on my crease and just focusing that more on the outer eye instead. And the next shade I'm going to use is just this like burnt orange shade in Spice. So then I'm going to use the same brush again, so it's super easy. And then I'm just going to put this all over the center of the lid, like so. And just also putting that on the crease as well, just to warm up everything. Then I'm going to be taking this dark brown, kind of purpley undertone shade in the color Blackberry. I'm just going to use the brush that came with this palette, and I'm just going to be putting that on the outer crease, just right there to darken everything up. And for the center of the lid, I'm going to be using the shade right here, which is the lighter shade and the shade Tonal, and I'm just going to put that into the center of the crease with a dense brush. So just very lightly, just right in the middle, right there to like lighten everything up. And then I'm just going back with that like crease brush I used for the darker shade to blend everything in to make sure everything is seamless. Alright, and for my brow bone, I'm going to be using the lighter shade in the palette, which is this one in Vanilla. I'm putting that under my brow bone right here just to highlight everything and to blend in that crease color as well. Okay, so after that, the eyeshadow is pretty much done. I'm just going to line my eyes with the Girlactik Beauty Precise Eyeliner Marker in black. Since my eyes are a bit on the smaller side, I only line like half of my eye, if you can see. Let me just like zoom in. Okay, I'm not sure if you can tell, but as you can see, I didn't like line my eye completely at the very end of my inner corner, just like the center, and I just like winged it out. So then it actually opens up my eyes instead of closing it off. So I'm just going to apply just like a layer of mascara. Right now I'm just using the Smoky Extravagant by Makeup Forever. So So after I applied a thin layer of mascara, I'm just going to use these false lashes. I don't think they have a brand. They're actually from eBay. They were like $1 for this, and honestly they're like pretty bomb for the price. So I'm just going to be using this for my lashes for today. Now my lashes are on, and obviously you can see a huge difference. I actually love lashes. It's so much faster than actually putting on mascara in my opinion. So yeah, these are the lashes. And I'll put the link down below on where you can buy these lashes for like super cheap on eBay. So I'll try to find a link and I'll put it down there because I highly recommend these. Moving on to my face, I'm going to prime it with the Nip and Fab Smooth Viper Venom Micro Blur Fix Primer. So I'm just going to use a little amount, such like that much, like not even a lot. And I'm just going to pat it, mostly just on, actually no, I'm putting it on my entire face, but I concentrate it onto my T-zone because that's where I get oily the most, and also where my pores are most prominent, which is like in the center of my face right here. Now I'm going to be using my all-time favorite foundation. As of now, it's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. It is in the shade 220 in Natural Beige. It is a little bit lighter, so I do like to mix it with a darker foundation, and the only darker foundation I have is the L'Oreal Magic Nude liquid powder. This is like a super dark one because I used to use it for liquid contouring, and this is in the shade 330 in Classic Tan. So I'm just going to mix both of these foundations to get the perfect shade for my face. And honestly, I don't really like putting a lot of foundation on my face, so I'm just using a really thin layer just to even out my skin tone and everything, because I do have a couple like blemishes, as you can see, and some scarring. So just, you know, evens out everything like so. And I know it's like a glam look and stuff, but you know, I really prefer not having heavy foundation and stuff because that feels unpleasant to me. I'm just not comfortable with it. So I'm just going to be using my beauty blender and just blending everything in as well. Then I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10, which is light. So I'm just going to be putting that underneath my eyes. And just a bit on my forehead to highlight, and down the bridge of my nose, and also on the chin. And now I'm just going to be using the Beauty Blender as well, but then I'm going to be using Fix Plus if I could find it anywhere. Okay, so I have it, just going to be spraying my sponge with it just a little bit to dampen it up so I can easily blend this away. Then to set my under eyes and stuff, I'm going to be using the Clinique translucent powder. So I'm just going to be taking my beauty blender and just putting that underneath my eyes. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a while, and then I'll like dust it away later. So then I'm just going in for my contour. So I'm just going to be using the good old Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm going to be using the middle shade right here. And I'm just going to be using this Eco Tools bronzer brush, I guess. It's not really like a bronzer brush. It doesn't really have a specific name for it. It's just I use it for bronzer. So I'm just going to go in with that. And then now I'm just going to dust off the little baking area with an angled brush if I could find it. Honestly, like this setup I have right here is a mess. So yeah, let me just find this brush real quick. Okay, so it's just like this. And then I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette again with the little banana shade. So I'm just going to do that just a little bit. So then as I like brush away, I'm also adding some highlight to it as well. For my blush, I'm going to be using the Makeup Geek blush in XOXO. So it's just this very nice shade right here, and I'm going to be going in with a little stippling brush. So I'm just going to get a little bit, tap off the excess, and also just putting it on like so. As you can see, I'm also like blending that into my contour as well, so it gets a really seamless kind of fade to it, because once I put highlight to it, if I don't blend everything in, I'll start looking like a Napolitan ice cream, so like that's not a cute look. So I'm just making sure I blend everything in. And now girl, my favorite part of this entire look, it's the highlight. You gotta slay everyone, you gotta blind them with that highlight, you gotta look poppin' and everything. So I'm going to be using a liquid highlighter first, so that's just the base for it. I need to start organizing my makeup before I start filming. So this is the Becca liquid highlighter in Opal. I'm just going to be applying that onto my highest points, which is my cheekbones right here. And I like to blend immediately after putting it on, so it blends in nicely, because once it starts drying, it's really hard to blend it and it looks really harsh. But that's one cheekbone, and then I'll put that right here. Now you're like semi-poppin', I'm going to be using powder highlights. So today I'm going to be using the Anastasia Glow Kit in that glow. I'm just going to be using the Royal & Langnickel Highlights and Glow brush. This is BMD 265. I'm actually going to be using this one and this one, blending it together, because this is too light and this is a little bit too like dark. So putting these two together. And then after you look like a honey glazed donut, I'm just going to use a smaller brush like this with the same highlight, and I'm just putting that down the center of my nose as well, like this. And then also the inner corners. And also a little bit on my brow bone, just a little bit. Alright, so the face is pretty much done. So now I'm just going to go back with my eyes and balance it out on the bottom lash line, because it is a little bit top heavy. Just going back with this brush that I came with the sets, with the angled side actually. And I'm just going in with these two. I'm going to mix these two together, which is the color Spice and Blackberry. So it gets a little, you know, in between shade. Alright, so now I'm just going to kind of like line the bottom of my lash line right here. Alright, so after doing that, you could immediately see the difference it makes. It really makes your eyes pop. It really like gives the focus into your eyes and also makes it more balanced and not that top heavy. And now moving on to the lips, I'm just going to like use the excess product on my Beauty blender so I could like put it on my lips to prep them. And like I look pretty dead right now, so I'm just going to use a lip liner to line my lips before I put on lipstick. So I'm going to be using the Essence lip liner. This is in the shade Soft Berry, which is number 5. And I'm not really overlining it because I don't think I need to. I'm pretty okay with the size of my lips. And then for the lipstick I'm going to be using today, it is the Makeup Forever lipstick in N9. Is that what it's called? I don't really know. The words are like really small here. Alright, so that's about it for this fall-inspired sultry makeup look for today. I hope you guys liked this video, and I am again so sorry for being so MIA and everything. I haven't been active on like social media and stuff because school's been honestly taking over my life, but it's really nice to just film again for you guys. It's very stressful even for me, and just, you know, being able to do something besides like school and like studying and reading textbooks and stuff, it's honestly a really good time to just film for you guys. And I'm just so sorry I haven't been active lately, but I'll try my best to be doing more videos again. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!